Guys, we rehearsed this. It's quack. Howdy folks! Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the Feed the Beast Infinity server. Ka-chunk! And it's time to do some magical stuff, some cool stuff, and automation stuff. Oh yeah! Let me show you what I mean. Right here is a little temporary setup for making living rock and living wood. I had up above, way up there, a setup where I could do a good chunk, actually twice as much as I could do here. I could do a set of 8, and above it was another flower, so another set of 8 of rock, and the same for the living wood. But it required me there with my hatchet going choppity choppity and to break it all down, and who's got time for that? Nobody's got time for that. Nobody. So this is a quick little setup that I saw from Zog, and I thought, oh sure, why not? So we've got right here a little timer with an 85-second delay on it, and a lever here so I can turn things on and off if I want. I've got, yeah, let's fly. There's the cable going along the center that will, when this ticks, will fire off these pistons real quick, which is very nice. And it's about 82 seconds or so when these change. Yep, there we go. A few more seconds, and oh yeah. So what happens over here? And again, all temporary, but it's nice. We've got some dense cable. I didn't have to have dense cable, but yeah, why not? But I did use different colors because I've got 8 of these along here, and these are formation planes at the bottom and annihilation planes at the top. Now, annihilation plates, whatever you place right in front of it goes away and it gets sucked into the system. These formation plates, I've said to go ahead and place stone here, and I put a priority of 1,000, so it's way up high. So they will go here before any place else. Likewise, I've done the same thing with the spruce wood, because I've got lots of those. And so as soon as these fire up, they get snagged by the annihilation planes and get shoved into the system, and then real quickly right after, they get placed, the logs and the stone, and it just continues on. Now, to get the stone placed, I have a little setup over here. I've got stone with 1 acceleration card, and this one over here, yep, spruce wood, 1 acceleration card, and this one is an import bus with 2 acceleration cards. So it's able to handle these things fast enough. So you can see they are popping through here pretty fast, sections of 8 each, really fast. So that as long as that's cycling through the system, then it instantly replaces those over there, and it's done. So works really great. Other things, it got the baby hadron collider, works really well. It says, you know, don't expose to magnets because you just snatch all the stuff out of there. Well, not so much anymore. Right there is a polarity negator from Practicalities, and I've got a lever on here. I keep wanting to call them switches, but no, I've got a lever on here that's off, which means if I process something in here, there's a bubble of about 3 blocks away from this polarity negator that your magnet does not work. So if I had my magnet actually on right here and processing stuff through there, I will not grab it. Very nice. Oh, I love that. So that means I can still have my magnet on and not pick up any of the bulk stuff I'm processing. But I decided I just need to have a good collection of this. I was mining. I've got a fairly good amount of the living wood because I spent some AFK time placing it and then going off doing stuff, coming back, picking it up. It just was not nearly as much fun as this is. Oh yes, very nice. So it's not going to run forever. It's just going to run for maybe a day or two to give me a good collection of the living wood and living stone. So that's what's going on there. But not going to be doing too much with the Botania right now. I need to do a little bit more with Thaumcraft. Yep, need to finish my Thaum cube, but it's not going to be a cube anymore. It's going to be a tower. No, it's not cube anymore, it's tower. That's what it is. Alright, So let's take the little book. Vroom. So a few changes here, as you can see. Pops right in here. Got a link back for people. These are bookshelves underneath. I'm using dark wood. Let's go out here real quick. These are the dark wood from the Nether, and looks really nice. I'm liking it. Using that's the same dark wood over there. These ash clouds, so I can just, you know, if I can hover right there, yeah. Those are the ash clouds to let me zip in and out, so I don't really have doors per se here. And like I said, it's no longer going to be a cube, it's going to be a tower. Because I was looking at it and going, okay, this is going to be my research area and maybe some a few bits and bobs and baubles and whatnots. This is going to be my AE section, where I'm going to have the quantum ring and the crafting tables and stuff here. This is going to be the area for the ritual stone in the middle and the jars of essentia, if I remember my terms correctly. And then up here, I think aura nodes, place them up here. So, but as you can see, I kind of ran out of stuff, so let's go ahead and finish this. So we'll go ahead and finish that there. One of the things that I've been having fun is with the resonant exchanger, going around and saying, that's not exactly what I want. You know, I want something else. Do have this little border, it adds a little je ne sais quoi to them. Also, I've got, this is mana glass around here, and I got a little bit of the alpha glass in the middle, because it, again, it adds a nice little zing, a little difference instead of just boring all the way across. So I need to continue doing a little setup around here and get the glass in place and continuing on. And I'm back. And of course, it's raining, which, you know, that's just the way it has to go. So a few things, updates here. Got my research table here, my deconstruction table, my arcane work table, they're all in place. And got some nice crystals for decoration. Even though I got these bookshelves made with the dark wood, it doesn't work here. Yeah, none of these are really, you know, active. We just have the one and that's it. Which is okay, it's okay. I went ahead and moved that over, so yeah, you still appear right here, but I figure, it can be over to the side. Yes, I've got my AE system hooked up there, but let's go outside a little quick. And down here you can see I finished pretty much the towers as I need it. So there's my AE section. Don't have the rituals yet, don't have the aura nodes yet, but I did go ahead and cap off the top. And since it straddles the split of 4 cubes, I keep wanting to say cubes. No, because it straddles 4 chunks here, I went ahead and set up these little spot loaders to keep it nice and loaded. And yeah, they're part of the decoration, so that's the way it goes. An interesting thing, this is dark wood. That says it's fuse wood. Dark wood, fuse wood, it's the same thing. There's got to be some sort of bug with the fact that if it's not vertical, it says it's fuse wood. But fuse wood I actually wanted, but I never could find any. And I'm looking, and I think I have it slightly different over there from over here. Or nope. It's the same. I'm just not seeing it. So anyway, updates and changes. Zoop. So the quantum ring is hiding inside there, and that gives me access to all my stuff and things, which is very good. Oops, sorry, let's come back here. And I want my spruce. You know, I've never scanned the spruce. Well, let's go ahead and grab that and toss these guys. Oh, let's turn off the magnet and toss these guys off. Toss. All right, let's scan them. Scan. All right, so herba is what I'm looking for. No, don't do that. Okay, so that can go away, that can come back, and I need these guys. So, stuff that I've updated, I've moved my crucible in here, and I've got a little niter underneath to keep it nice and hot. And over here is a little setup that I researched up. I've got my alchemical furnace in here, which, nope, not going to be using you guys, because I'm going to be using you. And we'll toss in some coal in there to power this up. What this will do is this will break down the spruce saplings into their components of arbor and herba, and what I'm really looking for is the herba contents. So it goes through here, and I probably could have gotten away with just 2, but I have room for 4, so I did 4. And the Essentia crystallizer here will slowly, and I mean slowly, will crystallize that essence into crystals. The nice thing about this is I can go in here and say I want, for my crucible over here, I want exactly the components I need for upgrading something or making something. In this case, I'm going to take the shimmer leaf and make it so that I can combat the taint. There's my first herba. And to do that, I need 16 herba, and I need 16 no, stop that. Yes. So I need 16 of them, and I need 16 sano, which I've got 16 there, and I need 8 vitium. Oh, one too many. Alright, so 8 of them. So all I'm missing is 16 herba, because with those components and tossing in the shimmer leaf, I will get the flower of whatever that will let me combat the taint. And let me take a quick look. Let's see, that's alchemy ethereal bloom. So yeah, 16, 16, 16, and 8. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a whirl. What I've been doing is I've been taking and chunking in a big batch of stuff here, and here it's going to be fine. Letting it process and then go off to work, come back, and get some other stuff. Oh yeah, see, it switched from the herba to the arbor, and so it's going to be making some of those. Do I have any? Oh, there's my first arbor. So there's my herba, there's my arbor, and it's going to slowly process through those. And you can see I've gotten some of these things. I'm not quite sure yet at this point an easy way to feed stuff in, because if I have some sort of pipe onto it feeding in coal, I could get coal up here at the top, which is not what I'm wanting. Oh hey, I've not scanned coal. Let's scan coal. What would you give me? Oh, okay. So Ignis and some potentia. That's what it is. Ignis and potentia. So that's not exactly what I'm looking for, although I'll happily take it too. So it fills up, and once it's full, it won't do any more. I took out the coal, because otherwise what will happen is it will drop down just a little bit. The coal will ignite, and one of these or maybe 2 of these will burn through, and then the rest of it just kind of evaporates away, as like in a furnace it does. And so it's not very efficient, but it's not like I'm missing coal, but I want to be efficient. So just gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm off to work, and we'll let this process. So work is done. Yay, work! But now it means I get to play. So I went ahead and dumped an entire stack of the spruce saplings in here and an entire stack of coal, because I figured, why not? It would process it all. And let's take a look up here. Oh yeah, there's all sorts of herba in here, so it definitely went ahead and processed it all. I'm curious though how much coal got burnt, because I think it should have only burnt, let's see, if they do about 8 each, considering it's like other stuff, then we're looking at 24 to 32. Yeah, that's a lot more than what I expected. So I think what happened is when this was full and it stopped processing, as soon as it dropped low enough for one of these to burn, it burned, and then it stayed unburnt. So it wasn't as efficient, but I've got the coal, so I don't care. I do want to go ahead and toss in a bunch more stuff. What do I want to produce in here? Oh, I can toss in a whole bunch of what was it? There was a food something that I was looking at. Chicken? What's in chicken? Yeah. Let's get a whole bunch of that. Why not? And I'll get some more coal. Because again, why not? 3.4 million. I've got a few. So let's dump that in there, and we'll let that start processing. And let's see, I've got those. I need 16 herb, and that should get me my flour. So let's give this a whirl. All right, gonna stand on here. Blurp, blurp, blurp. And yep, that's exactly what I want. Okay, so let's go test this by Nepo's base. And here's just a shack he did for setting things up, but I'm going to kind of ignore the stuff over there. So here is the Tainted land. You can see where we put a little bit of some borders around to identify where things are. Let's go ahead and kill that little swarm thingy. Die. And about center is going to be about here. Let's go ahead and plop them. Nope. There we go. So I had to get rid of the tainted bits there, and that will go ahead and bloom. And so I'm curious as to, whoa, that's pretty fast. Okay, I'm seeing a change right away. I'm not sure what it ultimately is going to do, whether it's going to de-taintify this only, or if it's actually going to make this so that it's no longer a tainted land block. I'm not sure, but we'll certainly find out. And actually, that looks like meadow. Oh, okay, tainted land. This, looking at the mini map, it looks. This almost like this right here is crossing beyond the border of the that chunk, but oh well. I'm going to go ahead and AFK here for a little bit and see what this does. Does this actually just clean it up, or does it de-taintify this chunk? Not sure, but we'll find out. All right, time to AFK a little bit. So this is an interesting result. Yeah, it's kind of rainy, but you can see where the chunk here has been delineated, and I put them, I made a second because, reasons. And so I put them back here, and they cured that area, and then I put them just a few minutes ago up north, so they're should completely obliterate all taint here in this at least this chunk. And oh, hello. Alright, so that should, well, it's definitely clean. That's nice, but here's something interesting. If we look in the corner, it says I'm in a meadow, is this biome right here. I go into this chunk, and now it's a fungi forest. And if I go into here, now it says tainted land. So it's like it is changing the biome here. But it still says, okay, now it says fungi forest again. So it might actually change it. That's going to be very interesting to see. So what I think I'll do is set up a chunk loader here and let these guys eliminate and see if this turns from a fungi forest into a meadow, whatever, I don't know. And then I can remove these and see whether or not the taint will spread back into here. I'm kind of curious. And if that works, then I can just slowly work my way through chunk by chunk and get rid of this. Because there's... oh, excuse me. So we can just go ahead and clear this out and see about cleansing the land here, chunk by chunk. It's kind of funky looking. Well, it's been about a day, and my 5 little plants here, these cool ethereal blooms, have pretty much cleaned out this chunk here. Let's chunk borders, yeah. I stuck them originally one in the center and then one in each of the corners and let them run for a long time, and then I shifted them over to more or less the middle and let them continue to clean up the place. And yeah, it looks like they've done a pretty good job. If you can see in the corner, it's a fungi forest, or fungi, depending on how you want to say it. It's no longer a tainted biome, so I'm thinking that that might be a way of curing this. It won't be back to the meadow or other stuff that these things are around here, but at least it won't be a tainted land. So the next thing to try is I'm going to go ahead and remove these little blossoms. Come here, you. And you over here. And you. And you. And you over there. And let's go ahead and do that. And since I've got that little taint in here, let's toss that away. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, you can come back. I'm going to go ahead and set this up, maybe AFK way up there, and see if the taint spreads back into this chunk. But I don't think it will. It's got a completely different name, unless fungiforest is something that they can spread into fungi. Alright, other stuff, I've done a little research into here. What else did I research? Nothing here. Oh, stop that. I got some of the research here as far as harnessing viz and whatnot, but this, no, it's not that one I'm looking at. There's one of these. Yeah, this one here. I need to use the arcane infusion, which I don't have that in place, and I haven't found it yet in the research. So there's got to be something I need to research that will open that up and get me there. And not quite sure. I'm guessing alchemy, but anyway, I will have to hunt it down and see what I can find. Oh yeah, stop that. Did a little gollemancy. I figure if I get a system set up, that would work out nicely. Let's see. Let's go to Thaum Tower. Poof. Alright, so here I went ahead and did a little upgrade here. So now I have a chest that will feed in, the barrel that will pump in the stuff, and then rather than this going into a chest, I'm actually pumping it straight into my ME system. So if we take a look at crystallized stuff, yeah, we've got a bunch of these all crystallized up. And what are we doing here? Full stacks of each of all 6 of these shards, and it's processed 2, and it's working on the third there, those left, and a whole bunch of random potions that I have, and they will give me all sorts of different random bits, which is kind of nice, but lots and lots and lots of precandadio, so that's really good because I need that. So I think I'm pretty much done. I've been dorking around with this for quite a while, and time to get this video out so you can see what sort of stuff I've done over the last few days. It's been fun. This is a deep mod. There's so many things I keep finding, and I'm going, holy cow, what's with all this stuff? So it's going to take me a while. I think I may take a quick stab at something else as far as maybe a technology thing or something for a palette cleanser. Oh, one thing before I finish, let's take a quick look in here. Living wood. We started off 26,000 of the living rock and the living wood. Oh yeah, that's working really nicely. I like it. I like it a lot. This has been Grok the DuckFarmer here on the Feed the Beast Infinity server, having lots of fun, and hope you enjoyed watching this. Thanks for watching.